Welcome back to the railroad, everyone. Today we're going to be messing with some electronic switches, LGB switches. We've gotten a few of them here from one of the railroads. They've been sitting in the ground for about minimum of 18 years, probably closer to 25 or 30 years. Let's see how these are made. First thing is we're going to take these off of the rails. And something to keep in mind, these switches are reversible. If you don't want it on this side, you can take it over and put it on this side. Always keep the screws with the switch, so you have screws when you need them. Now this one I think is going to be in rough shape. It's swollen in here. This one is not too swollen. When it's swollen like that, it means that there's rust that's been built up in there. You're going to see rust even in the fairly clean ones, just the way that LGB designed these things. Now keep in mind, anybody with a pair of tin snips can make a turnout switch. I've made a few of them myself. Okay, 4 of them plus 1 manual. Let's go take a look at them and see what we've got. Okay, the assembly. First off, this is your magnet. It goes inside of your rotor sleeve. The other end goes on. This is the geared end that attaches through here to roll it back and forth. Okay. Now this is your reversing magnet. You put polarity one way and it throws this one direction. This sets inside. There's a hole in here. You can see it or not. There is a hole in the center of that. And that slips right into it. There. And that spins. It's not spinning as freely as I'd like, but it spins. Okay. Now you have 2 cover plates. One goes here. One goes on this side. So I took the worst of these. This is the one that had the big bulge in it. You can still see a little bulge back here and here. It is throwing easily now. These, of course, are the ones I haven't opened up yet. Now, okay. So here's a battery. Now, it's not going to have 12 volts in it now because I haven't charged it in a long time. But I throw these switches outside with a 12 volt car battery. Okay, this is my rig to do this. This is a reversing switch. This is a double pull, double throw, momentary switch that allows me to throw the current one direction or the other, depending on which way I throw this. Now, double pull, it has two sets of pulls all the way down. Double throw means it'll go one way or the other. Momentary means it only stays momentarily at that side, because you don't want to throw a lot of current through these. Okay, so what happens when you throw the switch one way, it'll run the current one direction through here. When you throw it the other way, it'll run the current the opposite direction through these two. So now let's see if we can get these wires in here and tighten them up. Okay, remember these switches have not run in probably 17 years, 16, 17 years. So now it doesn't really matter which way I put this on, but I will keep it red on positive, black on negative, just so people don't yell at me. All right. You saw how grody this thing was. And there you go. I did that in a matter of about an hour, cleaning, brushing. I used a file to clean off a lot of the rust. I also chipped it off with screwdrivers. I cleaned up everything. And now, so you could set up a little deal like that on yours, on your railroad. And you can make these work again. It's not hard. It just takes a little elbow grease. Or you could go out and buy yourself a brand new one for $30, $40. I prefer to do it myself. Now let's take a look at this little manual one and see just what has to be done here. You'll notice there's only the one screw on this one. So we remove that and get ready to catch all the springs. Again, keep it all in a tray. Don't pet the dog lady. Okay, and here's why it was sticky. If you can see all that stuff inside there. Yep. So we clean this out a little, keeping your finger on the springs so it all stays in place. Let's try a little spray on it just to see if that'll loosen up some of this stuff. I always like to use a little oil. Don't want to use a lot. It's just enough to make sure it's going to run good. And wipe off the excess. Okay, so we've got it cleaned up pretty well. As long as I don't let that jump out, it throws nicely. Still has a little bit of grind to it, but we'll keep a good eye on it. It's not brand new, but it just saved you about 30 bucks. And as I just found out, the electronic ones, it'll save you over $100 if you build your own. Hear how nicely that throws? So there we go, electronic and manuals. They all work about the same. It's just a throw switch. and they're very simple. All right, let's go watch some trains run. I hope you enjoyed all that. Be safe, stay healthy. We'll see you down the rails, and God bless.